Does Steve Clarke need to make a late trip to the shops to buy some sunscreen, or should he be ditching the passport and staying at home? Because Euro 2024 is just around the corner. But the big question is, should Steve Clarke be going there as Scotland manager? Welcome back, guys, to Fog Football. We put up the poll after that embarrassing defeat to Northern Ireland. I thought that 4-0 defeat against the Netherlands, I thought that would be as bad as things got, because despite the heavy defeat, we actually played pretty well. I was optimistic going into the Northern Ireland game that we would not only play well, but we would win. And sometimes you can lose 1-0, you can be the better side, you can play good football, and it just doesn't happen for you on the night. You don't create your chances. Had it been a similar performance to Netherlands, and we'd actually created opportunities and we just didn't take it, and we lost with a quick counter-attack, something like that, you know, you'd be sitting here thinking, well, it's not ideal, but it's not the end of the world. But it felt like the end of the world. 94 minutes of utter dross for Scotland, outplayed from Northern Ireland, start to finish, didn't really get a sniff at goal until like the final 15 minutes. It was a bad night at the office, and for me, it was Stevie Clarke's worst night as Scotland manager.
Yeah, outplayed by an inferior team, a young team, a team that was hungrier, and we looked drunk, and not to rip the piss out of Steve Clarke, but we just looked like we could not be arsed.
You sound a wee bit drunk there.
No, but I don't understand it. You can say, oh, well, we just don't like friendlies, but you need to step up. Then what's the point
of having them?
Yeah. Because, you know what, he doesn't change the team enough to warrant it feeling like a friendly.
It's not like he's experimenting or anything like that.
No, right. I think Steve Clarke should go, but I'm not delusional. They're not going to sack him. He's not going to walk. He's here till at least after the tournament, regardless of what you think.
Right. We always give Steve Clarke a lot of credit for qualifying now, back-to-back tournaments. I've praised him a lot. We went like 2 decades without qualifying for anything. Longer than that, actually. So the fact that we've qualified for 2 back-to-back, Steve Clarke does feel a little bit like a god in my eyes. I'm not going to lie. However, we're also talking about how good this Scotland team is and the players that we currently have, and it's probably the best squad that we've assembled in God knows how long. So therefore, does that make Steve Clarke's achievements of back-to-back qualifications all of a sudden not as good? Because in our eyes at least, he's qualified for tournaments with better squads than previous managers have had, the likes of, let's say, Walter Smith and Gordon Strachan and guys like that.
Yeah, I think I've said that in my video. This is the best squad in decades, easily. Now, yeah.
We've had some key players over the years, but in terms of an actual 11, I do think this is our strongest.
It's the easiest to ever get into tournaments with playoffs.
That's another factor. They've expanded the Euros, 24 teams now.
Yeah. It's difficult to judge, right? But what I would say is, the first time, beat Israel, and then we beat Serbia, got in that way. A bit of a disaster in the last Euros. This campaign, fantastic. Went toe-to-toe with Spain. Should have topped the group. We didn't.
Thought we were robbed, to be honest.
But the last 2 games in the group were poor. 2 draws against Georgia and Norway. I'm not going to pretend they were good. And then, yeah.
Yeah, but listen, see, if you draw those 2 games and you miss out in qualification because of that, you're raging.
They're part of a rut. They're
I know.
part of this rut where we concede chances and don't win. I mean, I can accept 2 each against Georgia. The 3-3 against Norway was unforgivable, man. Some of the defending was comical.
But anyway, will we be defending Steve Clarke? That's the big question here. 59% of people are saying no, he should not be fired. 41% are saying yes. Now, despite Steve Clarke winning the poll to stay in charge, there is no denying that 41%... Now, I know it's not 41% of the nation, but if we're using this poll as a scale, it is 41% of Scotland fans want Steve Clarke fired.
Is it too harsh? I mean, I think maybe it requires someone else in at the helm, but I don't think he deserves to be sacked.
I think you say he should go, but a minute ago.
Yeah, I think he should go, but I don't think he deserves to be sacked. I think there's a difference. I think for us to progress, he probably needs to go, but does he deserve to be sacked?
So you say you don't want him there, but you don't think he warrants a sack?
Yes.
Oh, fair enough, that's alright. Let's get into I think that he deserves to take us to the Euros 100%. Now, if we go to the Euros and it's 3 defeats in a row and the performances aren't great, then I think we can seriously question it. But if we go to the Euros and we play pretty well, then I think he'll keep his job. If we go to the Euros and we pick up enough points to get into the next round and we become the first Scotland side to ever qualify out of a major tournament group stage, then he will definitely stay.
Yeah.
I think he's got his own job in his hands here, depending on what happens at the Euros.
No, he does. Like, if we go through in the group, see this wee spell that we're in, it'll be completely forgotten about.
Even the last Euros, I think with the draw against England was like, it was enough of a shining light. I think there was enough in that game to overlook the bad against Czech Republic and Croatia, but if we have another tournament and we don't get that good result, then I think if it's 3 defeats in a row, then he maybe should go.
3 defeats for me is unforgivable.
He maybe should go. So we'll see what happens. But anyway, let's get into the comments, see what you guys think. 131. We're not going to read them all out. We're just going to pick the best ones here. So
hard to tell which one's the best, but here.
If there's any Celtic Rangers, your club's deed or your club touches kids shit, then that's just no getting read, because, I mean, I don't mind that stuff, but I'm definitely not having it here on the Scotland poll. So QGO says, stupid question, no. Mark Simpson says, pathetic, for fuck's sake, get a life. You know what pisses me off about these dumb numbnuts? They actually think that we're suggesting or wanting him to get fired. We're not. I don't want him fired. I think the guy, no matter what he does, deserves to take us to the Euros. I've been full of praise for Steve Clarke. I guarantee you I praise Steve Clarke more than these two people here calling us out in the channel. But if other people are wanting him out, then we're going to put a poll up. And guess what? 41% of people want him sacked. So is it really pathetic? Is it really a stupid question?
No.
If that much of the voters think that he should go, that means it's in the balance. So that means we're right. It's not like we put a poll up and it's like 99% said he shouldn't be sacked and 1% said he should. I mean, we're talking it's like a 6-4, 60-40 split.
Yeah, it's not a 99-1% job, is it?
I just don't get that, you know what I mean? It's fucking hate comments like that. RJC says don't sack him yet, but his team's drop off in performance is alarming. No, definitely, and unless it improves and we if we don't win another game heading into the Euros and then we lose all 3 games in the Euros, I think it's good night.
Well, we're taking on Gibraltar in a friendly.
Ah, well.
No, see against Northern Ireland, I said in my match review, I think we could have been taking on San Marino or Gibraltar, and it just didn't look like it was ever going to result in a goal.
True, but those teams can't defend like Northern Ireland. I'm not saying that Northern Ireland are great, but I think Northern Ireland have got enough, they're decent enough that if they structure themselves properly, they can continue and make it hard to get past. I don't think Scotland I don't think San Marino or Gibraltar could keep out Scotland despite how poor we looked.
With Lyndon Dykes up front for 65 minutes, it looked like nothing could have happened. That's for sure.
Maybe we should put a poll up who should be starting for Scotland at the Euros, Shankland, Dykes or Adams, but then we'll probably still get people saying that's pathetic and a stupid question. But I think it should be Shankland, by the way. Geo499, can't believe there's a poll for this. People have short memories. I mean, again, I'm not saying he should be sacked, but 41% of people want him to be sacked, so therefore...
You said you're going to read out the top comments here. Oh, I'm reading it shite.
Well, therefore, I believe that this poll is warranted.
No, regardless of what you think, I think he's got to come under fire and under question. I think it's simply been shite for about 10 months.
Yeah, ever since we qualified, it's not been that great. Before Steve Clarke, no major competition qualification since the turn of the millennia. After Steve Clarke, back-to-back Euros. No, we get that, but I think it's also key to point out that the last 3 Euros have been expanded. You know, they're larger now. It's easier to qualify for them. There's more places up for grabs. And you've got to factor in that Steve Clarke has the best Scotland squad in a long time. And I can't remember exactly what happened going into the 2016 Euros, but how we didn't qualify for that is alarming.
Yeah, that is alarming.
Was it Gordon Strachan to blame, or was that Alex McLeish, or was that a combination of them both?
I can't even
I think that was the Gordon Strachan era. See, I actually used to defend Gordon Strachan, but he should have qualified for that. I mean, Northern Ireland went to that, Ireland went to that, Wales went to that. We sat at home putting the bins out.
Yep.
I mean, fucking no right.
Blue Bennett, brown Bennett, black Bennett, all that good stuff.
All the bins out. Alan Smith, he's done well, but I feel the squad he has benefited him. He shouldn't be playing games against France, Netherlands and England. We have been served better playing Poland, Greece, etc. for an even more games. 7 games without a win is pish, and his failure to rotate his team properly is a joke. You know, that actually does bother me, the fact that he always seems to pick hard friendlies. Like, I have no issue with the odd one, but...
Yeah, but does he pick them? Does he...
Well, I'd say Scotland have a big hand in who they play.
Yes, but does Steve Clarke pick it?
I would imagine he has some say as the manager.
He's a fucking tool. No, that's another. No. See those friendlies, right? See, as much as I think playing the big teams helps, it's a confidence killer if you play a block of them. And that's... We played Spain, France and England back to back and got scudded.
Yeah, I don't think there's a need for that.
In the Spain game, alright, yeah, we should have won. But France and England, that's a disaster. Why?
Don't know. Primetime says he should retire and go and get the help he clearly needs. What help's that?
Yeah, six-pack.
Mills says he should have been sacked after the last Euros. 2 games at Hampden, 1 at Wembley, and only 1 point. Yet people are deluded to think we may get out of the group in Germany. No chance. Germany will horse us. Hungary will be far too good for us, and best we could get would be a draw against the Swiss. We're a decent team, but all these teams are better. I think that's negative for Mills. Like, I'm not saying his point that we only picked up 2... we picked up no wins at Hampden, because we lost both of those games. But see, you think about it. See if someone says to you, going into that last Euros, you're going to get a point at Wembley against England. Would you not have thought, happy fucking days, what a chance we have now with 2 home games against Croatia and Czech?
I know there is a Euros coming up, by the way, which we probably will have games at Hampden, but we had 2 games at Hampden in the fucking group stage.
You can't really ask for a much better...
Against 2 teams that aren't...
Alright, Croatia, I think, are a little bit better than us, but Czech Republic, I'd say overall, we're a better team than Czech.
Yeah. And the arse went.
So
5-1 on aggregate.
Now, do I think Hungary will be far too good for us? I don't know, but didn't they beat England 7-0 in aggregate?
Hungary are quite good.
Did Hungary not beat England 7-0 in aggregate in the last, was it World Cup qualifications?
I think so, aye.
Or no, it was the Nations League.
Nations League, they beat them.
And I'm pretty sure that helped eliminate England, so we'll see. Easy quadruple treble, or easy quadruple, easy quadruple treble.
Easy for you to see.
Well, can't polish a turd. He's done great since he's arrived. I wouldn't describe our team as a turd. I mean, come on. I mean, I would go as far as saying in international football, we've got one of the best midfields. No, well, no one's gonna tell me we don't.
So let's say we were a turd, right? Has he not polished it by getting it to 2 tournaments if it's so shite?
Oh, true. Merton says, charisma of a woodlouse. He has got us to the Euros, which has to be applauded.
He does have the charisma of a woodlouse.
Slippy. Agent Patterson outselling the game on behalf of the club that rents out Ibrox. Interesting. Get things in perspective.
There's a lot of Nathan Patterson hate. No, I'm sorry, right? You know what? He cost us a goal. But I'm not going to sit here and pretend that Nathan Patterson is the reason why Scotland's dropped fucking points and games and all that shite recently. I mean, it's just not been good enough for everybody.
Yeah.
No, if no Ronaldo are going to score 1 at Hampden, I'm still expecting us to score like 3 or 4.
Yeah, I'm not accepting that. We lost 1-0 to Northern
Fucking 7 minutes in.
And it's Nathan Patterson's fault.
It's not Nathan Patterson's fault. It's the rest of the team's fault. It's Clarke's fault.
If you want to blame him for the goal, okay, fair enough, totally. But to say that we should be good enough to come back from that, especially with the amount of time that was left after.
No, it's pathetic. There is. I mean, it's like when Ryan Jack gets on the ball, man, they fucking boom. Like fucking grow. What is that though? No, that is pathetic. It is. It's not shit like that needs called it.
It's no great. Sid Barrett says, for fuck's sake, lads, come on, qualify for 2 competitions, played well when it mattered, who the fuck would replace him? 009-875-4544 says Neil McCann, and Alan Smith says Derek McInnes. I'd take Derek McInnes. Would you take the swap right now if you were offered it, a push of the button?
Aye.
Would you? Would you let Steve Clarke go back to Kelly, or?
Yeah, it's not... that would be a bit shite, but yeah, it's not that I don't think...
What would be shite with that?
It's not that... Because it'd be harder to play for Rangers, I guess. You know, Derek McInnes lies down for us. Joking. But, I mean, I think Clarke can turn it around, but I think McInnes would just offer a manager points. You know?
Robert Bryson says, no, just Patterson. There was 9 more like him. He wasn't the worst, by the way. Scotland have a better record with games that matter than friendlies. I guess that's that. I'm sick of saying it, but the brand of football he's asking the players to adopt is from the 70s. I actually think we play some good football at times.
We do, but I can see the guy's point.
No, but I think people are making it as if Steve Clarke plays the most boring football.
No, my problem with him is, it's like, you're 1-0 down, right?
It is negative, but I think we play good football. But it can be negative at times.
No, but you're 1-0 down, and he doesn't go, 2 up top until, 12 minutes to go. I'm sorry, we should be going 2 up top at half time. It's a friendly. What is there to lose?
Yeah, we are the people. Sack him. He's shit. Bye-bye Steve Clarke. Bye-bye Scotland. Bye-bye Kelly. Big Socks says, no sir, you can't boogie. Iant says he's got the personality of a lettuce leaf.
Iceberg lettuce. Soaked in water.
Fucking, we've hit an iceberg lately. Few Park loyal, 100% yes. Let him go home and drink whiskey. Stevie says he should never have been given the job in the first place, so who fucking cares anymore? Why should he not have been, let's be honest, like, you can say you want him rid of him, but why should he not have been given the job? Look at the job he done at Kilmarnock. I mean, I don't think people understand that over a calendar year, he had more points than Celtic in the league. That's fucking impossible. Until he did it. So, I mean,
Carino had done it over a season.
Well, he came in when they were, like, only on 8 points, didn't he?
That's right.
And the season's already began.
Like Steve.
But yeah, it's mad, though, that if he came in at that point, with that run started, if the season started when he first came in, that would have given him enough points to win the league. That's legit crazy.
Yeah,
like.
but you're right. I think, you know what, we'll judge Steve Clarke's reign properly after this Euros. If he fails, I think if he doesn't get the group and loses 3 games, it's been a failure. I don't give a shit. Because you know what? The squad's more than good enough to get to these tournaments.
What would it take for you to be like, I want Steve Clarke to stay? He's the man. He needs to keep him a long time.
I don't think it would take, I'm not going to pretend, he has to win it to fucking stay, but I think, if we get out the group...
Does he need to get out the groups, or...
Yeah, I think he does, yeah.
Can 3 good performances, but maybe just not getting enough points to go through?
What is 3 good performances doing for us? Right, no, honestly.
Well, we didn't really get 3 good performances in the last Euros. We got a decent one against England, and then 2 mediocre ones.
Yeah, but, people think we played good for 60 minutes, still lost 4-0 to the Netherlands. What, are we going to take that against
70 minutes?
Ooh.
No, I can take a good performance if the result doesn't go our way. But what I can't take is like shite that we've seen against Northern Ireland. Yeah. See, if we play the way we played against the Hollands. If we play the way we played against Netherlands, right, but lose all 3 games, I wouldn't be happy. But
what? So capitulation in the last 20 minutes?
Well, hopefully not in all 3 of them. But I just think sometimes you can take some fair performance. You can't take anything for a 1-0 defeat against Northern Ireland when you're absolute shite.
If we play like we did on Tuesday at the Euros, we'll lose every game, like 4-0.
We Scottish guy says, the question I ask is, can Clarke take us to the next level? I don't think so. Similar to Southgate, loyalty will be his downfall. Lewis, Ferguson and Gilmour are proven to be better than McTominay and McGregor. Centre-backs are a mess, and Gordon is better than Gunn. But the old, they've done it for me in the past attitude is picking squads will be our downfall. I actually completely agree with that comment for wee Scottish guy. The only thing I will say is, has Gunn really done it for Steve Clarke in the past? I mean, the guy came in and played some games because Gordon was injured and maybe they didn't trust Kelly and Sander Clarke enough, but I just don't see it where people are saying that, well, Gunn's came in and he's been really good for us, so we can't drop. Has he been really good? A lot of those games we were winning with Gunn and nets, he wasn't having any saves to make. No, but that Spain game where we won 2-0, Gunn didn't do much in that match.
No, he didn't.
See, when we were winning at the beginning of that group, Gunn was not having to make saves.
No, but I've said this. He keeps picking the old guard. Hanley, Cooper, fucking... What's that other bastard? What's he called?
A defender?
No, McLean and Armstrong. I'm sick of them bastards, man.
McLean.
No, you're talking about we've got one of the best midfields in Europe. You see, if that was truly the case, and I do think the starting 3, it's up there. No, the depth can't be that, I'm sorry. McLean and Armstrong, no buying that. Sorry. You need rid of them.
Do you think that Scotland would benefit if we had good wingers? I know we don't. But see if we had wingers, do you think we could maybe try a 4-3-3 with a midfield of potentially Gilmour, McGinn, Ferguson?
But we just don't have wingers, though.
Yeah, but if we did, do you think that's letting us down? Do you think that's maybe playing into the squads and the style that Steve Clarke goes for? Because
no, but
he's having to play this maybe 5 at the back with the inverted wing backs to try and push Robertson and Hickey or Robertson and Patterson forward because we don't have the wide players up front to really do any damage. So do you think...
Why not play some of the wing backs at wingers?
Could that be possible? Could Tierney or
Josh
Robertson...
Deutsch is a very good left mid. No, but it's decisions like picking 4 goalies and only using one, right? That I just don't get that. You can be up Steve Clarke's arse all you want. There's no defending that.
Yeah, he could have picked an extra outfield player and gave him some game time.
No, I
Gave somebody a cap.
I just don't. Honestly, I don't get it.
It is what it is. Oh my God! There's a mention there for James Fulton for Neil Warnock.
No, but like, what if he actually picks
no.
more goalies than strikers? 2 defenders drop out. He doesn't call up anyone. Why not call up Lewis Mail? Don't get it.
I agree with that.
That's good. You do.
A lot of people are saying that there's no way he should be sacked because we got to the Euros. But again, I mean, I think we've got the kind of squad now where if we weren't qualifying for the Euros, you'd be definitely calling for him to be sacked.
We are in the Euros, right? But see, a couple of months ago, I mean, by squad, yes, we are. Right now,
a couple of months ago, I went into the Euros thinking we could get to quarters, semis.
See, right now,
good draw.
We are the worst home nation. I don't give a shit with anyone. See, by form, we are the worst.
Well, maybe technically by form.
Yeah, no, we are.
I'd still fancy us over anyone but England, like.
Yes, but on form, we are the worst.
I know, but I don't really count friendly form. It's shite, like, but I'm not going to put it on a table and compare it to the other teams.
Well, yeah, that's pretty much what this fit is.
Yeah, but my point, the whole thing with you can't ask for him to get sacked because he's qualified for 2 Euros, I think we've got a good enough squad now where if we weren't qualifying for Euros, we'd be asking for him to be sacked. So therefore, while I'm happy we're qualifying, I think that should be the norm now for the Scotland team. I believe this Scotland team is so good that we should be qualifying for tournaments, just like England qualify for tournaments.
Yeah.
For me, we're one of those big teams now that should be getting there. Especially with the expanded Euros. Well, we are getting there, but
yeah, I know
what we're going to do there. I can't say the guy's failed in Europe. He's had one tournament. He'll get another one this summer. But I mean, this could make or break the Steve Clarke Scotland era. So let's hopefully makes it. Bob Smudger said, "Same old Scotland, still pish. How many of you sad sacks went deep into the credit card just to get a wee sniff of the Euros? Fuds." Thoughts on Bob Smudger? Did you go deep into the credit card, by the way?
I don't own a credit card.
Yeah,
I'm a debit card.
Debt?
No, yeah. Debit card's good.
Debit card?
Credit card is for a bunch of fucking losers.
Oh, that's what Bob Smudger thinks.
Bob Smudger. Just because he smudges one in his pants, a big fucking manky bastard.
Hold on. You were agreeing with him?
Was I?
Aye.
No, I wasn't.
He says how many of you sacks went deep into the credit card?
No, but then you got to bear in mind though, right? Think of the fans though that went to the game and actually went away in Holland. I mean, they've been let down. Now, I think what some of them were doing was pretty pish, but like in all seriousness, money was spent, and it wasn't well received. Put it that way. But I mean, is that where we're going to wrap this up? There's a load of comments we didn't read, but like I said, I would prefer if Clarke went. But I don't think he deserves to be sacked.
Actually, there's one more comment here. I want to read it. So
he's bought some goodwill, Clarke, but
Delboy69 GRFC 72. I'm not sure if that's Glentoran FC, but anyway, it says, "Dry your eyes, lads. Just cause the green and white army put yous on your arses where you belong. A lot of Scots fans ran us down, booed us, and all the rest. Oh, how we got our own back on the night. Was there only non-Ireland fans at the game? Because it certainly sounded like it. Scotland get battered everywhere they go." Yeah, you know what? See, when you heard all these fans singing "God Save the Queen," it certainly did sound like it was full of non-Ireland fans pledging allegiance to another country, singing
the king.
Oh, Queen or king? Who gives a shit, man, singing another country's national anthem? That's pathetic. At least the Welsh and Republic have their own national anthems.
So what should Northern Ireland's be? Enlighten me.
Not God Save the King.
King Billy's on the wall.
Aye, why not?
Prelude.
No, they've got what's the other one they've got? Jerry's Boys or something? Or?
That doesn't sound.
No, there's
Jerry's Boys.
Maybe it's not Jet. No, there's another one. An unofficial one they've got. Something Boy or something's Boys. I don't know. Anyway, sing that. It's pish. You're in Hampden beating Scotland, and you want to sing the English national anthem. I've no respect for that.
You've no respect for that?
No, I've no.
You know what? I think what sums it up is Northern Ireland singing "Scotland get battered everywhere we go."
And we didn't even go anywhere. We were in our home turf.
I know,
And with
but
Northern Ireland are singing that against you, it's a tough pill to swallow.
It's a pish. It's just a pish chant. It's a generic chant.
Yeah, but it's worse when it's coming from Northern Ireland and you're getting battered in your own backyard.
Yeah.
And on that note, guys, that's where we're going to end it. I want Steve Clarke to stay, but we'll see what happens come the Euros, and if he doesn't deliver, then it could be time for him to go, unfortunately. So we'll see what happens. But I'm optimistic. I think he says when the important games come around, Scotland will make it count, and I think he's telling the truth. I believe in Steve Clarke. I believe we can do something, and we will find out in the summer. So that's it, guys. Catch you in the next one. Until then, thanks for watching, and peace.